India is clearly the dominant player when it comes to fintech, but we've also seen our traditional old legacy companies tie up with fintech companies. And there's one more such association, this time an equity investment as well, where the credit card major Mastercard has collaborated and also invested equity in Instamojo. I'm being joined by the co-founder and CEO of Instamojo right here on Startup Central. Akash, welcome to the show. It's a conversation we've been having right here on ET now about the future of the plastic card, the future of the credit card, even digitally. And here you are, a new age company, giving equity to Mastercard, looking at partnerships as well and collaborations. What's the thinking?
Hi, Nayantara. First of all, thanks for having me here. So I think the Mastercard is one of the foremost companies in the world. For Instamojo, our mandate since day one has always been to help small businesses. How can we help the MSMEs come online, digitize and grow their business? And Mastercard as one of the companies who's at the forefront of this in the world. So I think partnering with them gives us a significant boost, not just in bringing 60 million Indian MSMEs online, but also on an international foray. So I think that's something that will really help us over the coming years.
But what do you get with Mastercard? It's a conversation that so many people are having, that will the credit card be disrupted forever? Will it become irrelevant? And partly because of the innovation you're seeing in India, for example, with UPI. And here you are, a new legacy company tying up with Mastercard. What do you hope to get?
So I don't think cards would ever go away, right? I think cards is, again, one of the things which is bound to be reinvented. So today we have UPI, which is, I think, it's one of the best innovations that we've seen, in the entire fintech space over many, many years. And, it's not just in India, it's globally. But we're also seeing how UPI would be coming on cards tomorrow, how they're going to be, how cards would be working along with UPI. So I don't think it's restricted to cards as such. What Mastercard brings, and, with Mastercard as a global giant, it brings a massive payment network. And, UPI or cards are just one of the rails, that they can help power. So what we have to look at is there are millions of MSMEs who would have very, very diverse needs. And, some of them would need card acceptance, some of them would need other modes. So as a company like Mastercard, you have to be diversifying and adopting all of these other things. I think that is where a company like Instamojo comes in. For us, it's not just about helping these businesses collect payments, but we look at it as a 360-degree journey for them. How can we help you come online? How can I give you an internet presence and be able to communicate and engage with your customers across the length and middle of this country and even beyond that? So it's not just restricted to cards or something. Yes, their expertise, their decades of experience in this does help us in improving our infrastructure, in improving acceptance of that. But there are many, many areas, even beyond that.
It can also help you in figuring out reward points and loyalty that always has to happen with credit, doesn't it?
Right. And so we're seeing this across other companies as well, right, in this space, right? So you have cards, they get packaged with reward points and other things. There is this entire space, plan to diversify into other banking services. So I think that's one of the things that, companies have been looking at. For us, it's a journey of going deeper into the commerce space. How can I, leverage this? How can I provide many other services and products to businesses who are using us, right? Because, like I said earlier, right, these MSMEs are extremely diverse, extremely heterogeneous. So it's not a one card. I think that one goes very well. Like, it's not a one card fits all approach over here.
Okay. Now, tell me a little bit. I know this has not been put out in your press release. How much has Mastercard invested in Instamojo?
So I'm not going to be able to reveal that, but it's a very I would say a minor investment. For us, it's primarily a financial investment along with the strategic value which Mastercard brings in terms of its network, in terms of the acceptance and presence across many countries. But it's a very much a minority investment at that.
Now, Instamojo has always said that we are a full stack e-commerce company for D2C brands as well as small brands, small enterprises, medium scale enterprises. I've got to ask you this one question, Akash. You know that suddenly, if there is another trend that has emerged late, thanks to COVID, everybody is going after this market segment. What kind of a market share do you have? How will, you've been around since 2012. How will you ensure that the first mover advantage is maintained? Because there are now the biggest of big players that are targeting this space, from a Reliance Jio to an Amazon to a Flipkart to a Pine Labs.
I think the more the merrier. So it's still very early days, right? So I think even thinking of something like a market share is just like, it's just the wrong way to look at it, right, at this point, because it's still so early, where we have about 1.5 million merchants who come on Instamojo. And what we believe is this is just a tip of the iceberg, right? This is like just maybe 1 or 2 percentages, like 1 or 2% of the entire market. There is a massive, massive market out there, a large number of these MSMEs who haven't yet even woken up to this. And the fact that, we have COVID, we have this digital trend, where every business realizes that you have to go online. So I think it's just become momentum now. And I think which is where you see a lot of other players, a lot of other companies actually starting up. What that does is, it helps, right? So when we talk about 50, 60, 70 million companies out there who are waiting to adopt these solutions, they have different needs, right? Every kind of a business, every business category or vertical has very, very specific needs. We are seeing companies which are going after the, let's say restaurants or other mom and pop stores and many other such cases. I think everyone would be, over time, finding their niche. I know it starts out as a very horizontal thing, but I think everyone would be focused on 1 or 2 other niches. For us, like I said, with 1 million plus businesses on Instamojo, the journey is just begun. We see about 1,000 plus stores, online stores getting created, these businesses trying to sell directly to their customers, who want to adopt various solutions, right? Be it logistics, be it payment, be it capital, be it CRM, like multiple other things on Instamojo. So I think it's just the beginning. And maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, we might be in a position where about 30% of the market has been covered. Maybe it will be a fair time to talk about, okay, what niche are you occupying? Are you the market leader? Is there someone else? But I think it's a very exciting time. The fact that many of the people are seeing the potential, it's great, right? Like you said, we've been there since 2012 onwards. For a long while, it did feel lonely. You had to, kind of convince people out there, the investors out there, saying, okay, this is it's a great potential market that you're going after. Today, I think that job becomes simpler. So I think it's good for us.
It's good for you. So now tell me, going forward, more the merrier. Clearly, the sense I'm getting from you is not a one-winner take-all market. So I accept all of that. But since I have you on the channel, I'd love to ask you that where is Instamojo headed? What is going to be Instamojo's differentiator also going forward?
Oh, I think one of the key differentiators is the fact that, we've been here for a while. There is such a deep understanding that we have built over the years in terms of, what are the kind of products that these businesses need, how do you design them, how do you package it to them, how do you sell it to them. The fact that we as a business are not ones who need to spend a lot of money to be able to, survive or grow.